Hello, Pamela Benson Owens here, back with another episode of Rooted. Today, I'm going to just give a little advice and guidance and wisdom around this thing called navigating the life thing, right? Like, what are the cheat codes? And here's what I've learned, that over time, I'm definitely resilient. I'm able to bend with the blows when it comes to life. But until I started categorizing like the way in which I approach life, it was still always a little messy, and life is always going to be a little messy. But here are the ways in which I've really been able to use these categories, right? In a world where we often confuse urgent with important because the cultural norms have us doing it, the grind culture, the busy culture, the it got to have it now. Somebody emails you 1 minute later, calls you and says, "Did you see my email?" Yeah. Like the urgency around everything, highly responsive, all the time on, never cutting it off. When I started over the last couple of years putting these life pieces in these 4 categories, things changed for me. And I want to share those with you as somebody that continues to be recovering from confusing urgent and important. So the first one is schedule it. This used to bother me, and it used to bother my family members when I'd be like, let's schedule it. Let's schedule the family date night. Let's schedule a time to sit down and talk. Here's the deal. Our minds want to believe that we're going to remember all of it and we'll just get it done. But unless you put some frameworks on things, like the things you especially love to do, even on my calendar, I schedule something called fun. I schedule beauty, maintenance, and health modifications. I put everything on a schedule. And guess what happens? That for which that's scheduled gets done. So the first thing I want to say to you about navigating life is schedule it, whatever it is. Libations and laughs, blooms and bad bitches. Like, I don't know, but schedule it. And there's no stigma to scheduling it. Schedule every date night, schedule every opportunity to just take a walk. Whatever that is, it changed the game for me when it made it to the schedule systematically. So the first thing I would say to you is schedule it, schedule it, schedule it. The next thing I would say to you is determine the things that you can do now. Now, let me tell you the bane of my existence. Junk mail from the mailbox. Every day we go, there's stuff in there that just burns up trees. I'm really not going to join your Omaha Steaks membership. I'm not going to, right? But political narratives are always in the mail these days. And I always would stack it in this bucket. And then guess what? The bucket becomes another bucket, and the bucket then becomes a basket, and the basket becomes a drawer. And so that's one example of the things of are there things you can do now? So now I try to sort exactly when it comes in and trash what doesn't need to be there. But there are some things that you could do now. Like once you figured out that you need to schedule everything, what are the things that you can knock out and do now? Here's the other pro tip. The things that I like to do the least, I try to do first. Right? Life is lifing, and there are things I do not like to do. And the longer I go in the day, it turns into days, it turns into weeks, it turns into months, and nothing happens. So in addition to making sure I just take on the things that I can do now and knock out, I usually prioritize the ones that I really actually don't want to do the most, but they only take a couple of minutes. So after you have really gotten the habit of scheduling it and you've gotten in the habit of doing it now, this one, eliminate it. You heard me. Eliminate it. Do I even need to be doing that? Who am I doing that for? Whose expectations am I trying to fulfill? Why am I doing it? I don't get enjoyment from it. What are the ways that I show up at this stuff in an obligatory stance and I'm mad because it wastes my time? What are the things that you just need to flat out eliminate? I'm getting rid of that food services thing because we end up throwing the food away anyway and nobody cooks it. I'm going to eliminate being out 5 days a week at evening meetings because I'm not my best when that happens. I'm going to eliminate fill in the blank And I double dog dare you to eliminate it completely. And I can tell you one thing, whenever I just make the decision, I'm getting off that board, I'm no longer doing that, I'm not showing up there, immediate relief comes. And the cortisol levels in my joy and peace rises. So first you want to schedule it. Next, you want to make sure are the things that you can do it now and knock it out. The third is eliminate it. What can you freaking get rid of? Never to return. I don't even need it. Last, this one is a doozy. Last person to figure this out. This one came from my mother-in-law. She told me for years. And I was like, no, I have to do that. No, I have to do that. She's like, no, you don't. The last cheat code to navigating this thing called our busy lives is outsource it. You outsource at work, but we rarely outsource at home. Outsource things. Is it worth the money? It sure is if it's worth your peace. I'm not getting out in 100-degree weather and doing things. I'm not going to be responsible for all the things and be full-time working and be momming and be a community leader. So take a list of the things you have to get done that take up your time and consider outsourcing it. If you have to navigate around simply walking the dog and it creates a deficit in your time, get a dog walker. Outsource it. Outsource meals. Outsource grocery shopping. Outsource the things that you could get your time back on and be more productive and joyful. And by productive, I mean sometimes just sitting there resting. Outsourcing in your professional life happens all the time. Outsourcing in your personal life carries some kind of stupid ass guilt. And I am calling you in on it. What can you outsource to regain time back, to be more mindful, to be more strategic, to rest, to take care of your body, to take care of your mind, to take care of your spirit? So this thing called life, it's only getting faster, more complex, more difficult, more challenging. For some of us, competing priorities is the daily bread. It doesn't have to be. So as you think about the ways in which you can make some changes, after you have determined what is urgent and important, schedule it, figure out what you can do now, eliminate the stuff you absolutely do not need to be doing, and finally, for the love, what can you outsource? These days, there is plenty. 2 years ago, I was spending so much time in traffic. I said, hair budget be damned. Don't even care. Cut it myself. Personal driver to drop me off so I'm never late at meetings and don't have to navigate traffic. Time and money well spent. Why? Because I can be in the back of the car answering the emails, taking calls, and not navigating this traffic shit show. What are you going to schedule? What are the things you can do it now and get it out of the way? What are you going to full on eliminate? And finally, what will you outsource? Rooted Podcasters, thanks for tuning in. Until next time.